right here on the Wall to Wall Country Show. Got a couple minutes after the second hour of the show. We're going to get to our guest in just a moment. Quick reminder, though, to make sure that you guys know the show is being provided by the sponsorship money of First Northern Bank and Trust. That's right. Your community, their commitment to providing you some great country music each and every Wednesday with a repeat performance on a Sunday. Thank you to them. Remember, if you're looking for some financial stability, some financial advice, or maybe you just need a place to do some banking, check these guys out. 1stnorthernbank.com. Your community, their commitment, and they are the sponsor of the Wall to Wall Show. As we creep into the second hour, we're so excited to have back another artist that we've had on the show before. Now, this guy has been doing some things. He is truly, truly on fire with a lot of the stuff that he's had going on since we spoke to him last. We're going to be hearing some of his new music, a brand new single that he has out there, and tell you how you can get your hands on it. But in the meantime, let's first welcome back to the show a guy that we have had on before. Keep that in mind. So excited to have him return to the Wall to Wall Country Show, Mr. Aaron Vance. Hey, Aaron, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How y'all?
I am good as well. Now, Aaron, you've got some things going on and you've got some new music, and we want to get to all of that. But just in case for some folks who don't remember when you were back on the show, can you give us a little background information about this guy and how you got to what you're doing, and so excited about all of the music that you've been putting out there. But give us a little background history about Aaron Vance.
Well, I was born and raised in Mississippi, a little town called Moorville. And I've been around country all my life pretty much. I used to farm a lot, and my dad and them were big on country, so it's just a part of me. And so I moved to Nashville here about 30 years ago and got signed to Work Out Music. Al Newman is my producer. And we just been putting out stuff ever since then, like Country DNA and Top of the Town, Shifting Gears, and My Dog in My Way. And the new one that just come out here 2 days ago is My Own Way.
Right. Right. And now that's, you've got a lot of music out there, but that's the most recent one that you have out. And is that one actually available?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's available on AaronVance.com, well, AaronVanceCountry.com, and it'll take you to my webpage, and you can buy all my music.
And now, how are you doing with doing some touring, playing out and about? Is all this new music really trying to, or working on getting your fan base bigger? You're getting out to festivals and playing places?
Yes, ma'am. We got a festival I'm playing in July 8th over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we're the headline on that Saturday night show. And I have a CD release celebration at Third and Lindsley over here in Nashville next Tuesday. So if anybody's around and about in Nashville, you ought to come over to I think it's 4th Avenue, 3rd and Lindsley. We got a show from 6 to 7, and we're gonna be playing all the new stuff, and we're going to have the CDs and everything out there. Hopefully T-shirts, too.
Now, are you the guy writing the music, Aaron, or are you getting some from other artists? How did the compilation for this album come about?
Well, living. But,
I like it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the writer on everything I do.
Okay.
It all comes from pretty much just everyday sacrificing and just living. And I just put it on take a pen and pad and write it out and put it down, and but everything on this album I wrote, and my co-writers on this album is Rachel Newman and Hal Newman, my producers, and but everything I hadn't got anything else from any other writers on this album. Mm-hmm. Now the last album, which was an EP called Shifting Gears, you can also check that video out on YouTube.
Okay.
I wrote everything on there. Top of the Town is the last album that I did. I think I had maybe one song from another writer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But everything else, I pretty much write my own.
All right.
And just, it's all living and just putting it down.
Are you working on writing for other artists? Is that something that you think is in your wheelhouse, or would you rather just continue to work for your own
Yes,
productions?
I'm writing stuff Right now, actually, I'm writing some stuff now that's mostly on like southern rock, country type side, like a country rock or whatever. I'm doing some stuff like on the outlaw side that other people can sing. Some stuff that I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. When it comes to stuff like I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone of just writing straight up just traditional country. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone by doing a little outlaw, a little southern rock, stuff like that.
Who are the people that are influencing you with the kind of music that you're writing, Aaron? I mean, now you're saying you're venturing into a little bit different type of feel. Is that because of someone that you admire, that you're, that you have some people kind of like milestone for yourself that you're like, man, that's something I want to try to incorporate into my style?
Yes, ma'am. The guys I look up to, now, I'm a big Hank Jr. fan. I'm a big Waylon Jennings fan. I love the music the guys made. It was all real, and they lived it. And that's what kind of person I am. I live my life, and I write it down. And right now, Eric Pasley, Eric Church, and last but not least, man, Shooter Jennings, his stuff. This guy is he's different, but he got that he has the outlaw sound, he has the country sound, but then again he has that southern rock feel. So those guys right there, I pretty much look at, and I like the things they write. I like the style they write, and I like the way it sounds, and that's something that I like to get into and switch it up a little bit. Have a different feel on things and a different touch. Mm-hmm. So.
Now, when you're out there performing, you got the audience. Are you a fan of the bigger crowds? Or are you more of a intimate, more type setting? Which one do you feel more comfortable in?
Both. I like big crowds. You can just really go out and play and let it all hang out and have a good time. And I like the little small places you can go play because I think people love to see the artist do acoustic, and it's a more of a personal type deal, and they can get to know you better. But I like both of them, and it's I like it's a gift that God gave me, so I don't mind spreading it. But that's what I'm here for. So, so both big crowds, small crowds, it don't matter. It's all fun, and I like doing it, and I just want to share my life happenings and with everybody else through my music.
Now, when you're doing your music out there, you've got a bunch of songs already out, as you mentioned. You got some albums out, some EPs and stuff like that. What song, or is there an experience that you had, when you perform one of your songs or in one of your shows that was one of those self-reliance kind of things, like a conversation with a fan, something at maybe a charity event? Can you tell us a story about something that kind of sticks out in your mind that might have happened to you in the past couple of years with one of your songs?
Yes. Let's see here. I was it's not I hadn't really cut this song yet, but I'm looking forward to cutting it. Me and my girlfriend had an argument one weekend.
It always starts that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, Lord bless her. And it was something stupid, and but you know what? I love her to death. I'm 36-year-old. I ain't never been married, never had a kid, and she has been there for me when it comes to my music, and me moving up to Nashville just 3 years ago. So I'm new to Tennessee, and so that day, I wrote a song called "Love Is a Crazy Thing," because that person you can do so much for somebody you love, and no matter what, that person, sometime in your life, they're gonna make you mad. I'm talking about like fighting mad, but love is a crazy thing. You can forgive, and this song we hadn't cut it, but I had played it, and I tell the story about it, and a lot of people grasp it and can relate to it because when you look at it, love is something that you can bring a guy home or a girl home, and love will make a father give away his daughter. Love will make a man break the bank to get a diamond ring. Love is a crazy thing. Mm-hmm. And so that's a song that I played out and a lot of people like. And but one of my songs too that I have It's called Stone Cold Rolling Stone. It's on the Talk of the Town album. And that song, whenever you listen to that song, that's a true song that happened before I moved to Tennessee. And it's very close. And I have a lot of people that like that song. And actually, right now, we're remastering it and sending it out to California. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to say it wrong, but I think CBS or MGM or something like that, some movie place want the song to play it on the soundtrack. So we got our fingers crossed on that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I hope that works out for you. Get you a whole different exposure, which I'm sure may or may not come to mind. You know, that's one of those things, you know, as an artist, you're playing for your fans, you're making albums and you're putting songs out, but you'll find that sometimes you have those other avenues, and, you know, being a soundtrack to a movie is pretty cool. You know, you may not have thought that would have been a direction that one of your songs would have went.
I know, right? I'm very happy right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Well, good luck. I hope that works out there for you.
Thank you very much.
Now, you've mentioned about a video on this new album. Do you got any videos out, especially on the single that's out there, My Own Way? Are you planning on doing some more video work?
Yes, ma'am. We are planning on doing My Own Way as a video. I don't know where we're going to shoot it yet, but we're going to have to shoot it somewhere where it's going to, you know, paint the picture of doing things my own way. Mm-hmm. And that song actually came from, we had a meeting one day with this guy. I'm not going to call his name. I mean, he's a very good guy. And he's like, Aaron, he said, we all know you're down-home, traditional outlaw country. He said, but why don't you try doing something different, like get out of your comfort zone? And I knew what he was talking about. But with me, you know, my dad's a preacher, so he always told me no matter what you do in your life, the only person that can sell you is you. Right. And so with me, you know, I want to be straight up with everybody. I want people to know me for me. And for people to know me for me, or for people to know you for you, you have to do things your own way. And that's what makes people latch on and say, hey, this guy is awesome. He's a cool guy. He's down to earth. But if you're not like that, and you're painting the picture to people that you're not like that, you know, you won't stay relevant. You know, I want to stay relevant. You know, with my music, I look at it as, you know, it's a gift. So if I don't ever make a dime on it, somewhere on this planet, somebody's listening to my music, and I'm helping them through my music. So, you know, for me to be relevant and for my music to be here for to the day, you know, when I'm dead and gone, I want my music here. So for me to do that, I have to do things my own way and put it out there, and just give it to them true and 100% me. You know, so.
That's interesting. Now, that's your single and the title of your CD that you have out.
Yes, ma'am. My Own Way, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and people can find it on your website and purchase it as of now?
Yes, ma'am. We have it on the website. Just go to AaronVanceCountry.com, and it would take you to AaronVance.us. Okay. It'll show some of my shows right now that we got scheduled, and you can buy all the albums. My EP, Country DNA, the EP, Shifting Gears, Top of the Town album, the one single that we did here about 4 years ago, My Dogs and My Rebels, and My Own Way is the new album that we just put on there. So
that's nice.
Everything's on YouTube too.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. That's a good thing. Well, since we've chatted a little bit about the song and people know where it's coming from, we're going to take a little bit of break, but we're going to come back with that My Own Way to give people a listen of the precedents to this new album, which is My Own Way, Aaron Vance. And then we'll talk a little bit more about another cut that you have on there, and a little bit more about you and how people can find you and things along that line. Can you hold on for just a few more minutes, Aaron?
Yes, ma'am. No problem at all.
All right. Cool. This is awesome. We're going to come back with Aaron Vance's single, which is also the title track of his latest CD, which you can get on his website at aaronvance.us. Check it out. You can get the link from my page on the Wall to Wall Country Show page on our website. But we're going to be back with that song in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. More Wall to Wall Country to come with me, Casey, and Aaron. Aaron Vance. and his new single that's out and about for you guys to get your hands on, a little something called My Own Way. Like and mentioning some of his idols and the people he respects in the music industry. They did it their way, and Aaron wants to do it his way. I like it, Aaron. I do.
That's right. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a great way to kick off an album, too. You got something that's a little rocky, you know, it's going to get your toe tapping, you know, you're not going to fall asleep in the first 3 minutes of the album. You know what I mean?
Oh no. I know exactly what you mean.
Good choice for a first cut out there. Now, have you had it out for a while? Are you getting some sort of response about the song yet?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Actually, I have a guy that's spreading my music out in Canada and North America and out west in California. His name is Vance, and he's using that song, and we're getting a lot of feedback on it. And it's just, I guess it's just taking a little time. But the song, I wrote the song here about over a year ago, and so when we got ready to do another album, my producer, he pretty much he liked it, and he said, let's put that on the album. We'll throw that on the first track. So we was like, okay, and we've been having a lot of good feedback on it, though. We're just giving it a little time to work some more.
Nice. Well, we'll get it in our playlist, and we'll get it out there, here too. And of course, we're an internet radio station, so people listen to us from all over the place. So we'll help you get that out there a little bit, Aaron.
Sweet.
Yeah, no problem. You know, and I got to tell you, you're a man on the move. You've been doing a lot of different things, getting a lot of music out there. What is there a challenge for you out there, Aaron? Is there a part of this whole process that, though, you know, when you get to that part, you're like, okay, this is where I got to really work for my money? Or do you feel like the entire process is, you know, just kind of comes naturally? Can you give us a little insight on that?
Well, the process, it's only thing, my process with me, because I'm a black country artist, is that when people see me, they compare me to Charlie Pride or Darius Rucker.
Mm-hmm.
And with my music is totally different, you know. So when I go play or go somewhere, that's what they're looking for. But once they see Aaron Vance, then it's a whole lot easier. So that's the process of with me around Nashville, because, you know, they want to, how would I put it? They want to, you know, I can't find the word, but they want to say you're like this person or something like that. And really, it's different to a lot of people, you know. So it's that's the process with me. That's the only process I have to, you know. I'd be like, well, okay, I got to go ahead and show them who I am and rock out and just play out and do me. You
don't want to be put in a bucket with every other artist that's out there. You want to be able to stand on your own music and your own writing and stuff. I mean, that makes sense. And sometimes that's probably the hardest thing, no matter who you are, I would think, is to really make people believe that you're not just the next Joe that's coming along, so to speak.
Exactly. You know, when I go places and play, you know, people ask me, can you sing Wagon Wheel?
Yeah.
Can you sing Kiss an Angel Good Morning? I'm like, you know, yeah, I can sing it, but, you know, I ain't going to sing it like them, you know. But that's the only thing, which is fine. I'm used to it now. Matter of fact, I had a show the other night, a few months ago. I had a show at Soul Shine. It's a pizza joint over in Midtown in Nashville. And I had my hat on, and I had my jeans, my Wrangler jeans. They were real tight. And I had my little cowboy shirt on. And, man, this woman said, look, it's Darius Rucker. And I was like, now, where did she get that from?
Yeah.
But I shook her hand. I said, hey, how you doing? I said, my name's Aaron Vance. I said, you ought to come upstairs and check out the music. And she did. And she bought a CD, and she loved everything. And she keeps up with me on Instagram and Twitter and everything. So
maybe you should write a song, I'm Not Darius Rucker.
You know what? If I do that, I'll make sure that he's writing with me. That way we both have a verse together and they can tell the difference.
There you go. Yeah, I think that would be a great, you know, or even once you get it done, do a video. I mean, it could kind of be almost like a play on words, but kind of serious at the same time. It's like a play on artist, but serious, trying to get the point out. You're not these guys, you are you, and have them, the same thing. It's like, well, I'm not Aaron Vance, man. I'm Darius Rucker. You know what I mean? I think that would.
Exactly. And I like Darius, his music, man. His music is very good. I listened to him when he was Hootie and the Blowfish,
right?
And I love his music, and I bought some of his CDs. And when you listen to him and you listen to me, it's different. But people like you say, people want to label you and put you in that bucket with other artists and everything. But me, I'm just that art. I'm that artist that's in the bucket of by myself, and it is what it is, and I'm just gonna do it my way. Try my best anyway.
Politely.
Politely, there you go.
As politely as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I get that. I kind of see how that is, and I mean, whether you're black or white or male or female or whatever, there's so much talent that's out there, and one of the things that has, I think, really put a light on whether it's country music or any genre is, of course, these television shows where they're birthing so many of these people who think they're going to be the next star,
Oh,
and the competition probably has gotten incredibly thick over the last 10, 15 years with these shows because, they win a title of something and then somebody puts them out there for a year and next thing you know, it's like, oh my gosh, you have how many artists, country artists or any artists for that matter, all trying to get after that same golden ring. And so you got to do something that's different, that stands out, that makes you. And here's the other thing. And I think this might be a challenge too. It's like, it's one thing, okay, this is what I'm going to do that's different. But then that's got to represent you, and you have to be committed to that. You can't I'm just going to do this until I get my foot in the door, and then I'm going to go do something different. You know what I mean? It has to be something you believe in.
Oh, yeah. And see, my thing is, too, you're right about that. You have to, what I'm doing it the old school Nashville way. I'm writing, and every time I write, we record it, we put it back, so we're doing a catalog. And a lot of people ask me or tell me, why don't you ever try The Voice or stuff like that? Well, they don't know that when you do The Voice or when you do like American Idol or America's Got Talent, a lot of those people don't write their own song. They're just looking for somebody to believe in them and put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they do that, record labels look at them and say, okay, so what kind of catalog do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they may not have no more about 1 or 2 songs. So that means that label will have to get some set writers, write for them, and then put you out there, and they're going to make you the way they want to make you because really you don't have a catalog.
Right.
What I'm doing is I go to we have an office down at the RCA Victor Studios. You have artists down there at that studio like Jamie Johnson, Steve Cropper. You have, like I said, Shooter Jennings came in the other day to record at Studio A. You have the new, he's a new upcoming country artist too. His name is Tony Jackson. He's next door to me in the office. So I'm there amongst some good artists there, some of the best artists there. And what I'm doing, I'm sitting there and I'm writing, I'm hearing everybody else write. So we're just adding to it. So when I do get signed to a bigger label, I have over like 200 songs. What we can do is put me on the road and we can go on.
Yeah.
Right now, what I'm doing, we're doing shows around the area. I got to go home to Mississippi and do a wedding. So every day I'm writing, every day I'm putting some down, and just live in that. Plus, on top of that, I'm living a regular life too. So that's where a lot of my songs come from.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people can communicate with that because I'm not only just writing every day, but I'm also paying bills every day. So
yeah. We
can all relate. So and put it out like that, and that's what's pretty much going on.
So the music, you're a guy who has to put food on the table. You're a guy that has to pay the electric bill,
Yep.
and that, right, so you're writing, you're performing, you're playing, and I think sometimes that's definitely, and I've had this conversation with other artists that sometimes having a few other things in your back pocket is advantageous because, like you said, sometimes these shows just produce somebody who can sing, which in itself is awesome. But if they've only sung cover songs, or if they can't play an instrument, or, that's where the challenge, I think, comes in for a lot of these artists, because they don't have that. They always talk about the it factor. What is it that, makes them different? For you to say, listen, I got plenty of music. I write my stuff. My stuff comes, it's not all cover stuff. It's writing from experience of life, which people can relate to. I can play the music. I do this, and this, and this. And that just makes you're a little bit more worth,
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I think that goes a long way. And I've had this conversation with plenty of my artists in the past, and they all pretty much, it's like, yeah, if you don't know how to play something, learn. If you don't know how to write music or read or write a lyric, learn, figure it out, go and sit in the presence of somebody who can help you. So,
exactly.
Speaking of your music,
I played guitar about 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, and it can be anything. You know what I mean? It's like I always wanted to learn to play. I used to play guitar when I was in college and didn't play it for years and years and years. Now I plunk around with the guitar again. I play in a little group. We go out. We play on festivals and telethons. I mean, we have a good time. But it's like, I wanted to be more than just, that person standing in the band. I wanted to play. Now I play a little percussion. We have, we have a ukulele player, we have a steel guitar player, and we like to screw around, but all of us do a little something. We all have a couple of things that we do that makes our sound just that much better, so it's kind of fun. Speaking of your music, let's get back to that. Now, you've got this full album out, My Own Way. It's got 10 tracks on it, and people can get it on your website, aaronvance.us. One of the other songs that we were talking about off air was another song that we'd like to feature, a little something called Diamond Kind of Love. Can you give us a little story behind that one, and then we'll play it for our listening audience?
All right, well, Diamond Kind of Love, you're probably going to laugh at this.
Uh-oh.
But I didn't have a show that day, so I said, you know what, I'm going to go home and clean up and sit down and watch a little TV. And so I did, and I sat down, and I was watching Sweet Home Alabama. I love that daggone movie. That's the best love movie in the whole wide world. And so the movie went to a commercial, and a commercial come up, and it was Kay's Jewelers, and it said, it showed this woman and this man kissing or whatever, and it said, make this a diamond kind of love. And I was like, that's it. And so I wrote it down. And so what I've done, I've been in love before, and I look at my mom and dad. My mom and dad met when they were, I think they were both like, well, my dad was 21, my mom was like 19. And both of them married, and they were like, let me put it this way, they were green. So they were both each other's first. So that I've always been around true love. So what I've done, I look at their love life, and I look at my love life. And so what I've done, I wrote the song Diamond Kind of Love. And when you love somebody and you give them a diamond is the hardest rock, mineral or whatever. It cuts through glass, and plus it's forever. And you look at love, and love is the same thing. Love is hard to break, because love is the only feeling it's a true feeling that God has too. So love is forever. So when I look, okay, love, diamond kind of love. So, and thanks to Kay's Jewelers, they helped me out with that.
Be careful how many times you say that. They'll be wanting some royalties from you.
All right.
You gotta be careful. That was just one of those jewelry store places in the mall.
Exactly, but I was like, man, that's a good one. So I went on and wrote that, and when we wrote it, oh my God, Miss Rachel Newman, my producer's wife, she helped me with the second verse, and man, when we put the music to it, I was like, wow, I mean, to me, it's like the perfect love song. But I'll let everybody else listen to it.
All right. Well, I think that's. We're gonna see what people think. We're gonna have to hit the bottom of the hour ID here. We're gonna play that Diamond Kind of Love tune. So if anybody is getting engaged for the spring, getting married, and you still haven't found your your love song, maybe this is it. We're gonna be back with more Aaron Vance. Can you hang in there for just a few more minutes, buddy?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Awesome. We'll be back with more Aaron in just a minute. Get you the inside scoop of how to get a hold of this guy and all that kind of good stuff right after this. But we've also got that tune, Diamond Kind of Love. Give it a good listen, Might be your wedding song. You never know. AaronVance.us or AaronVanceCountry.com. Check this guy out, and you can get your hands on his latest CD called My Own Way, and that is the second track. And let me tell you something, I think that's going to be a good one. I like it. I mean, you should put that thing out on Valentine's Day.
I think we will.
Yeah. And I think just those two songs alone show that you have diversity. Your stuff's not going to all sound the same. They each kind of tell a story on their own, whether it's the rockin' version, with My Own Way, and you got the toe tapping and stuff, or the Diamond Kind of Love, where you're sitting there and you got the lighters out, for Pete's sake. You got the whole audience with their lighters out, swaying back and forth. I mean, come on, well, you can't get better than that.
Oh, no, you can't.
You should sing that one to your girl when you get in trouble.
Oh, good Lord Almighty, you just do not understand. When I'm at home, that's the first thing. Will you sing to me? And I'm like, you see me every day. I don't have to sing. You really want me to sing? So I have to get the guitar out and sing to her and everything. But when she's mad now, I have to wait a little bit, then I can start singing.
Let the steam stop coming out of her ears for a minute.
Exactly.
I know. I can have one of those tempers myself at my husband once in a blue moon, so got it. I'm like, yeah, don't come anywhere near me right now because you're going to end up with a black and blue eye. So, yeah, but good stuff. But if my husband broke out in that song, I think I would just melt too. So there you go.
Oh,
see, so much. You've got it going on. Stay true to yourself, Aaron. I mean, you've got talent. You've got some stuff. You're being smart, business-wise, as far as kind of looking ahead and going, this is what I need to succeed. This is what I need to do. And you're holding to your guns. You're sticking to yourself. And I think you're going to go a long way and you're going to be just fine. You got a good company, backing you up there that's going to help direct the things that you don't know and, follow your gut and take your grandfather's advice because I think he's a smart man.
Oh, yes, I got to.
Absolutely.
Got to.
Yeah, you don't want him mad at you either.
No, ma'am, not at all.
We're going to mention this entire show is being recorded and is going to air back on Sunday morning, starting off at 8. Of course, the interview's in the second hour, so this all will re-air on Sunday. And one of the things that I like to do is, at the end of my show in a couple hours, remind people about my artist and throw out another one of their tunes. If they have a third, which you do, you've got this full album. Tell us, what song would you like me to end my show with this afternoon, and give us a little background so when people are listening to it in a couple hours, they're gonna have an idea of where your thought process was or what was encouraging this tune.
Okay, on this tune, this song is called "Where Did Music Row Go Blues," and this right here is showing how country I can really get with music. But when I first moved to Nashville, I was working out of Studio 19 on 19th Avenue. Well, for who all don't know, Studio 19 is a very old studio. Mark Colley helped put the floor in. Let's see, I think Dolly Parton recorded there. Garth Brooks recorded there.
It's infamous,
Jimi Hendrix recorded there. John Wayne did voiceovers there. So it was a very historic place. And everything on that block got pushed down. Now they have high-rise apartments there. And Soulshine, the Rebar, all the little music venues around there has been getting citations for loud music because people are moving into Music City and complaining about the music being too loud late at night. That is totally wrong because Nashville is Music City, and that's what you come there for the music. Yeah,
don't move. And people complain, oh, my house got taken by a tornado. Well, you're living in Tornado Row.
Exactly. So now when we do shows around here, we have to do like the other night I did an acoustic show. So it was me, Bob Williams, and a guy named Dow Tomlin that did a stand-up bass. So we can't really play, use a whole band because people are complaining. So what we did, we wrote a song called "Where Did Music Row Go Blues," and it starts out with me talking, and it's just telling about how Music City has just let everything go, and it's just like they're pushing music out of Nashville. And so it's got a little outlaw, honky-tonk, tap your feet feel to it.
But maybe a wake-up call, too.
I'm hoping. We've been playing it, and we've been playing it real loud as we can play it.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
It's the psychology. Don't do that. Okay.
Yeah. So we wrote it, and it's got its own sound, and it's very down home, and it's very, like I said, it's very honky tonkish, and just true country. So.
My listening audience can look forward to hearing that. They'll hear that at the end of the show when I remind people about you, how they can get a hold of you. Remember, it's AaronVanceCountry.com or AaronVance.us /music. You can find out information about this guy. Are you on the social medias, Aaron? Can people reach out to you and talk to you about your music and thoughts?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can look me up on Twitter. I'm 007 Rebel Child. And, that's my CB handle. When I used to have this jacked up truck, and me and some guys used to have these CBs, and mine was 007 Rebel Child. And so you can find me on Twitter at 007 Rebel Child. Y'all can ask me questions and talk to me. And I'm also on Instagram. I have 2 pages on Instagram. Instagram, it's called Aaron Vance Country and Aaron Vance Official.
Okay.
And you can contact me on there. I'm not on Facebook, but my producer and everything, they do all that. So, but if you want to just ask questions and everything like that, Instagram and Twitter, I am there.
Awesome. And that's one way that they can reach out to you and let you know. Maybe somebody will use your song in a wedding at some point.
I want to say this before we go or whatever. I want y'all to look out for here, say about another couple of years, maybe a year. I'm going to do an outlaw album, and it's gonna. Right now, I'm thinking of 007 Rebel Child, The Lost Tracks, and I got a lot of outlaw songs I've written, and I got one song on there that I'm trying to get Shooter to write with me, and it's called The Book of Hank. I have people asking me all the time, where did you get your country from? Where did you get your country from? So I was raised up on Hank Williams Sr.'s type, music, and so what I did in this song, I took Hank Jr. and I took Hank Williams Sr. and I took some of the songs that Hank Sr. wrote and some of the songs that Hank Jr. wrote, and I put them together. And when somebody asks you, like, where'd you get your country from? You tell them I got my country from the Book of Hank. Because if you go back and listen to every song that Hank Sr. wrote, he was telling the story of how you can get off the lost highway. He told a story about the cheating heart. So how did you get your country? I got it from the Book of Hank.
Nice.
So I'm tying all that together, and what I got right now, it's pretty sweet. But if they like outlaw kind of music, I'm looking forward to making something like that here within like another year.
All right. Well, people need to keep an eye out on your website and make sure they stay in touch with you through your Instagram and your Twitter page, and follow you and make sure that they know where you also are performing and all that other kind of good stuff too. So that's always a nice way to reach out. And again, if worse comes to worse, another way is reaching out through your website, Aaron Vance Country, and they can catch your music and purchase your music there as well. I was going to ask you, what's up? What's going on? What's coming up? You've already answered that question for me, so we'll be looking for that in about a year. And of course, you're welcome back on the show at any point, down the line, and we'd be glad to have you back and get more information about that out there. You're always welcome. And if you're ever heading northeast and you're in Pennsylvania, the doors of Penn Speak Radio are also always open for all my artists.
Thank you very much, and I will stop by when I'm heading that way.
That would be great. Well, Aaron, hey, you know what? Take care and do your thing. Try not to piss off your woman too often. And
I'll do that.
And keep us in mind. Track us down and keep us in touch. And we'd love to hear from you at any point in time. But good luck, my man. You've got a lot of really cool things going on, and looking forward to speaking to you again in the future.
Thank you very much, Casey, and I really appreciate you having me on. And everybody out there, go to my website and check out My Own Way.
All right, there you go. It's a great album, got good music on it. Check it out for yourselves. Take care, Aaron, and we'll talk to you again, my friend.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, take care.